Contribution of memory mechanisms and socio-emotional functioning to the production of personal narratives in children with and without developmental language disorder. An Engage with DLD research summary. Click the microphone icon on each slide to hear an audio recording of the research summary. Key terms, words to know in this research. Personal narrative, a story someone tells about something in their life. Episodic buffer, a part of memory that helps connect pieces of information, like what happened, where it happened, and the words needed to tell the story. Semantic memory, long-term knowledge about words, facts, and meanings. Study background. Why was this study important? This study looked at how children with and without DLD tell personal stories. Personal stories are important because children use them to share experiences, build friendships, explain feelings, and take part in conversations at school and in everyday life. Study aims. What were they trying to find out? The researchers wanted to find out whether memory skills and socio-emotional functioning, for example, anxiety, helped explain how children with DLD and typical language development tell personal stories. Methods. Participants. Who took part in the research? The study included 100 Croatian-speaking children, 50 with DLD and 50 with typical language development. The children were 9 to 11 years old. Methods. Tasks. What tasks were involved in the research? Children took part in the global TALES protocol. This method uses emotion-based prompts to encourage children to come up with personal stories. Participants also took part in memory tasks. They also answered a questionnaire about socio-emotional functioning, known as the Beck Youth Inventory. Results. What was found? Similarities. Both children with DLD and without DLD could tell personal stories about real events in their lives. There was no clear difference between the two groups in how often children included the time and place of the story. The link between memory, anxiety, and storytelling was similar for children with DLD and children without DLD. Language differences. Children without DLD found it easier to tell stories that were longer, more grammatically accurate and cohesive. Children with DLD found it harder to organise events in a clear order. Memory and emotion. The episodic buffer was important for personal storytelling. Children who were better at holding and connecting information in memory tended to tell stronger personal stories. Children with higher anxiety tended to have more difficulty telling personal stories. What do the findings mean? Personal storytelling depends on stronger memory and emotional well-being. Children may need to hold many things in mind at once when telling a personal story. For example, they need to remember what happened, choose the right words, explain the order of events, and make the story clear for the listener. Children with DLD may benefit from extra support when telling personal stories. This could include help with planning the story, putting events in order, and linking ideas clearly. Children may tell personal stories more easily when they feel comfortable and supported. Find out more. Depending on if you are part of an institution which has access, you can read or buy this paper by following this link. Thank you for reading this research. Contact us with questions or feedback.